Everyone pretends to be him. He likes to hide his possessions and he likes to play mind games with the werewolves. He is green and he has some feathers on his head. When the hasty village sees him, he will be shot or lynched, so he also has to watch out for the villagers. It looks like we talk about the beast hunter and that he plays his own game. Try not to get killed by your own teammates. Hello everyone and welcome to a video about the Beast Hunter and in particular Beast Hunter claims. Someone in Ranked asked me to do a video about Beast Hunter claims and how you can survive as a real Beast Hunter, so I went ahead and made this video. If you like this video, drop a like and subscribe. To start this video off, I want to give you a clear idea of what will be told in this video. 1. Why do Beast Hunters not get trusted? 2. What are possible ways to get more trusted? 3. What should we do when we see a Beast Hunter claim? And 4. What should the developers change in terms of the Beast Hunter claims? Part 1. Long ago, the Beast Hunter got added in the game, and once its aura became unknown and he appeared as RV in Ranked, the drama started. A lot of innocent hunters, trying to help the village by giving them mischievous werewolves heart attacks, became involved in the massacre. Beast Hunters died over and over again and the werewolves took the power. They were often the ones to let the villagers kill the Beast Hunter, but otherwise it was the village itself. This all happened because we are so unlucky that a town always has an idiot, namely the serial killer, or someone who gets high on fire, the arsonist. Only 1 out of 16 has these bad intentions, but in order to achieve their goal they need a fake ID. Nobody likes to pretend to be a mischief, and the gunner, medium and jailer are hard to prove, so these were all no-goes for the murderer. The detective and priest were also hard to go, since there's only one real detective and the actual priest can easily prove himself. Doctor would be a hard one as well, since real doctors don't like to expose themselves that fast and his aura is not similar to the murderer's one. Every village also rises some random people, also known as random regular villagers. There's a variety of options in the random space, but only 2 are appearing with the same aura as the murderer. One is the witch, who can poison someone during the game, and the other one is the Beast Hunter, a role that sounds weak and its power is based around mystery and surprise. The ideal fit, right? A lot of murderers saw this option and went ahead with it. They all pretended to be a Beast Hunter. Not long after this discovery, more and more villagers started to mistrust the Beast Hunter. Whether it's a real one or not, the village doesn't have mercy, and that's a shame. Part 2. No one likes to be betrayed by their own teammates. Even the shy Beast Hunter is a pure villager with a good heart and a good mind. But the murderers made such a bad reputation for the actual Beast Hunters that the Beast Hunters either get depressed because of mistrust or they try to stay on the background and will later on be betrayed. They think, what the heck should I do with my life? I can wait for the detective to make him see my true identity, but what if he doesn't look at me in time? What should I do if I get seen by the overseer? Someone who is just a loser that can, in contrast to a real seer, not see my real intentions. Is the overseer maybe my biggest enemy? Is the overseer maybe the hunter and am I the prey? Because of this mistrust and lack of self-confidence, multiple Beast Hunters committed suicides, since they will get another chance in another village anyways. But does this help the team that he actually belongs to? No. The Beast Hunters with more intelligence try to think of different ways to be useful for the village and being trusted at the same time. None of these are guaranteed to work, since it always depends on how you play and with who you play. The first thing you can do is claiming as fast as possible and saying that you are useful and that you will follow the leader. Villagers who follow a real village leader, such as a good gunner or a trusted detective, will have better chances. Unify with them and never vote a different person than they do, because that is how you lose trust. A second way that they came up with is trying to get yourself identified as fast as possible by the detective, because this is going to be a valid validation. Watch out with this, however. As long as that shaman is alive, you might get enchanted, and this will only lead to your death. Once the shaman died, you should go for it, since the chance is quite low that there will be another shaman in the game. Something that is really important is that you are not selfish. Being selfish and undiscovered will be no good for you. As long as your identity is hidden, trap someone else, so that the evil entities cannot kill that person and they have to kill you instead. Being killed by the werewolves or murder is not a waste. Your mission is to get yourself identified. The last way to save yourself is by committing suicide. If the village suspects you and decides to lynch you, it's your time to jump off that building, to fall to your death, so that villagers will feel what they just did, and so that they can throw away, even smash the liar to the ground. If you get prisoned, pretend to be something else than your real identity. Claim to be that tough guy, that bodyguard or avenger. Just anything that is less suspicious. Hope that the detective figured out that you are good and eventually you can claim to be Beast Hunter. Last but not least, think well with placing your trap. If you were to be the only Beast Hunter and your trap got triggered, your mission is completed. Try to lure the werewolves to your trap. Several kamikaze Beast Hunters have tried to play a different role, but they rarely survived. Part 3. We step in the portal to another village and the portal gives us a gun and 2 bullets. We are going home, we have a nice night and we wake up with a gravestone and the night shop sold 2 gas tanks. The werewolves bit a normal villager, which means that there are only 2 more random villagers left. One tired guy says that he is one of these remaining random villagers, and a girl claims it as well. The Overseer is sleepy and wakes up a little bit later, but since there is no other Overseer, we trust him. Just before the Aura wakes up, a third person claims a random villager spot. There's already one liar, but we don't know who. We are waiting for the Overseer till he wakes up, and he says that the first random villager has an unknown aura. A few villagers are suspecting this person. Eventually the player says he is Beast Hunter with honesty. More villagers are doubting this player, since the odds of him being an actual Beast Hunter is lower than the odds of him being the arsonist. The Beast Hunter obviously struggles with getting himself trusted, and a lot of villagers are coming to us and ask if we can shoot that Beast Hunter. We don't want to, because we love his appearance and his honesty. We think he's a real one, so we refuse to shoot and we start suspecting the other claimers. The voting phase starts and a lot of people wants to lynch the Beast Hunter, but we don't. There's also a fool hidden in the town, so in the end the Beast Hunter doesn't die. In the private protection zone, aka the jail, the jailer asks us why we didn't shoot that Beast Hunter. We tell him that he needs time to prove himself before we can start suspecting him. The jailer is not too sure, however, since the Beast Hunter might be the most evil player of the whole game, who only has bad intentions. The werewolves killed the priest. The next day, both the detective and the Overseer find evil players. We decide to shoot the misfit, who is Wolfseer. We will lynch the junior werewolf that was found by the Overseer, and he attacks the medium. We take a close look at all the random regular villager claims so that we can see whether they are trustworthy or not. None of them behave badly just yet. Another night, another jail. The actual arsonist now gets 6 players on gasoline. The jailer got killed by the werewolves. This day, we only have our detective information because the Overseer went offline. The detective figured out that 2 players are both good, so we cannot know anything right now. Some players have not claimed anything yet, and since the pressure is getting higher, we do a roll call. One player doesn't respond and we shoot him. He is the doctor. During the voting phase, a lot of players move their vote to the Beast Hunter, but we don't. He's quite reliable and he gives summaries of the confirmed good players. In the end, nobody gets lynched. Night 4. The arsonist kills 5 players since he doused the player who got killed earlier. The aura, the detective, the alpha werewolf, the fool and us. The gunner. We remain with the beast hunter, who is the most suspicious player now, the arsonist and the 2 other claimers. One of these claimers seems to be the pacifist though, and he reveals the beast hunter since he thinks that the beast hunter is the arsonist. The beast hunter got exposed, but it's now clear who the bad guys are. Since the pacifist used his ability, there is no voting session. The next night, a miracle happens. The trap was on the pacifist and the wolf shaman triggered it. It's now 2v1 and the pacifist and the beast hunter lynch the arsonist and win. This all because of the underestimated power of the beast hunter and the fact that the gunner was convinced that the beast hunter was an actual beast hunter. If he would have been suspicious, we might have shot him and then it would have ended differently. Part 4. Of course, not everyone in the whole game sees this video, let alone that everyone is now changing their thoughts about the beast hunter. This is why some support from the developers is still appreciated, and with that, I don't want to say that they should spread this message, but we need more validation for the beast hunter. A possible solution, one that is also relatively obvious, is to add more RVs that have an unknown aura. This can already be done by changing some auras of the current RVs, such as the Tough Guy, the Bodyguard and the Avenger. Of course, these RVs are also not really trustworthy, but by at least increasing the chance of getting an unknown RV in the game, people's minds will change. Another solution could be a small change in the beast hunter itself. Something I came up with is making the village regret heavily when they kill the beast hunter. Paying coins or roses wouldn't be possible, but a solution could be that an additional villager will be taken out when the beast hunter dies, or that no villagers will be able to use their ability the next night. These things are probably bad examples since its impact is too big and the mischiefs will be even more likely to claim beast hunter. The point I want to make is that the village needs some sort of double check before lynching a beast hunter. Getting lynched as beast hunter is no fun, and at the moment there are too many players that consider the beast hunter as an evil role. Finally, there could be a new role that makes beast hunter more reliable. How that role should look like is up to you, but for now, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more story tips video, consider leaving a like and definitely subscribe, it's free. You can also join the hypostein Discord server, a link is in the description, and follow me on Instagram, hypostein99 is my username. I will see you later, and don't be a traitor. Goodbye. Psst, don't betray your beast hunter teammate, please.